Let's make a quick and easy drumstick stuffed chicken cordon bleu. Welcome back to Adornment with Adrienne. All right, Adorners. So if you have been to your local Ralph's or Kroger recently, you've seen those big packs of chicken that they have for $5. So I thought, you know what? I have some of those and I want to try to create something else. So what I decided to do is I sliced the meat off of my drumsticks just like you would if you saw a boneless chicken thigh. So really what you have to do is you have to get your blade, a sharp blade, underneath the meat, slice it down the center, I guess a center, and then slice underneath to get all of the meat off the bone. All right, so with the meat off the bone, I'm going to probably use these bones to make some chicken noodle soup next week. All right, so now you can see I have my drumstick meat prepared. All right, the skin is still on. Now you can remove the skin if you like, but I did not. So let's go ahead and if you see any tendrils or whatever, you want to cut those and clip those off, of course. And now I'm going to season it. So I have some garlic, Lowry's, kind of a garlic salt seasoning. And I'm going to use some pepper. Now you can use your favorite seasonings for this, paprika, whatever it is that you enjoy. And then what we're going to do is we are going to turn these over. Now, sometimes with chicken cordon bleu, you have it where people have bread crumbs on the outside. And I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm just using flour. All right, so let's turn it over. So I have some deli ham. First, we're going to season it. Now, I am adding some rosemary to this. I really like rosemary on chicken. I like it on beef too. But I'm going to sprinkle a little rosemary. And then we are going to add some spinach. Now, I actually heated up some frozen spinach. I'm going to add some spinach to each of the drumsticks. And then we're going to layer in some deli ham. This is just a deli ham from the grocery store. You can use turkey, of course, if you don't eat ham. All right, and so from there, I am going to go ahead and add in some rosemary to our oil. Our pan is heated. I have some olive oil heating in a pan, and I'm adding in and sprinkling in some rosemary. Now it's time to go ahead and I sliced up some Swiss cheese that we had here, and I am going to go ahead and add that to each of our drumsticks. Now we're going to close them up the best we can. Of course, if you have toothpicks or something, you can use that as well. I did not. So now that we're ready, so let's go ahead and add them to the oil. All right, our oil is heated already. Of course, like I said, you can add more seasoning, but as you know, I did add in the rosemary before we got started. All right, we're gonna sear these on each side. Now, honestly, you have to keep an eye on them. Let them sit on each side 1 to 3 or 4 minutes before you try to flip it over, because I didn't close mine up with a toothpick or anything, and it's not in a roll. So your meat and your cheese on the inside could come out. Honestly, because this is dark meat, I wanted to just make sure it was done through. So I did add a little water to this pan and let it steam and then brown again. Take them out. You want to drain them, of course, on like a paper towel or something like that. But this is a lovely, lovely meal. Now, of course, you could do this with chicken breasts, which you would normally use, or a chicken thigh. But this is what I had already. So I just thought, let me try this and see how it works, because I did the video on French fries. Anyway, as always, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Please click like and subscribe, and saving hello for another time. See you in the next video.